We've bought a house.
We finally have the keys. But this house holds many secrets. This is going to get interesting.
Oh my God.
It's not that bad.
Horrible. Literally terrifying. Nope.
We have been trying to buy this house for over 2 years, and today we finally have the keys to the worst house you have ever seen. But did we just make the biggest financial mistake of our lives, or with no money, no experience, and no real idea what we're doing, can we turn this house into our dream home?
In today's episode, we'll take you inside for the very first time.
And share our plans for what's to come. So if you like DIY, cars, and watching a pair of idiots fall into financial ruin,
You'll want to grab a brew and settle down.
because this is going to get interesting. Now from the outside, you might be thinking it's not so bad. Bit of love, lick of paint here and there, and it's ready to move in. But this house holds many, many secrets. For starters, what's in all these garages?
And how long have these cars been here?
And what is that rancid smell? Now, I viewed this house back in January 2024 and offered to buy it there and then. But it's taken over 15 months to finalise the sale and get the keys, and Kerri still hasn't been inside. So today, for the first time, Kerri is going to see her new home in all of its glory, and this could get interesting.
Oh,
Kitchen's full of water. My heart is racing. Why does it look like it used to be alive? It wouldn't surprise me if it was urine. Mummified. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is horrific. That's terrifying.
This is fine.
We've made a big mistake.
I daren't touch anything.
Wow.
Are you happy with your purchase?
What have we done?
This is going to end well. But first, we can't actually get in.
Oh my God. Nope. No. No. What have we done?
You might need this.
Or that's better.
Yeah.
Ready?
Ready.
After you.
Ah!
The guest toilet.
You got a nice guest bathroom in here.
I don't want to know. You really want me to open this guest toilet, don't you?
I don't think I'll be able to.
You can't.
Okay, then.
Lovely.
Baptism of fire, done. The dining room.
I am not exaggerating here. My heart is racing. Oh my God.
I wouldn't stand on that. Have you seen that?
Ah! No, that's awful. What the fuck is that? Why does it look like it used to be alive? This is horrific. Actually horrific.
The living room.
The ceiling has fallen in. Well, we don't need to buy a Hoover.
Initial reactions?
We've made a big mistake. Now, after seeing it again, what are you thinking?
This is the worst!
Yeah?
Go take a look at your new living room.
I can't get to the living room. I feel like the fact that the cupboards are all open and there's maybe a safe over there.
A safe?
I feel like the kids have been in.
The kitchen.
The kitchen's full of water.
Yeah, no, I just saw that and thought, is the roof leaking?
Shit. Shit.
Wouldn't be the biggest surprise. Maybe it's just like it's thawed out.
Maybe.
All the ice off the roof. Want to go into your new kitchen?
No.
You disappoint me, Kerri Bear. Lovely kitchen.
It's a nice terracotta tile.
Yeah. Splash of paint, be alright, that one. Do you want to walk through to the first bedroom?
Yeah. I don't know
Yeah,
how.
try to avoid standing on that, because it's, I think that's where the wash pipe is.
Yeah. Ugh.
The hallway.
Oh, the floor is moving. Who's this guy? And why does it look like it was his fur that it's been made out of? That's terrifying.
Having not been in the attic, I'm praying it's empty. Bedroom number 1. Clearly this room hadn't been touched since the late 90s.
Is that a big spider?
There's some change. Why is there a newspaper article that says killers on it?
First money we found there.
Yeah.
Onwards.
I wonder if there's anything hidden in all of these wardrobes.
Open it, find out.
Oh, there's a bottle of Bailey's.
I just saw that.
It's full. Oh my god.
The bathroom.
Oh my
And if you're eating,
god.
please stop.
We can't use the bathroom. Looks like that bucket outside was next on the list.
All of this, I'm wondering if it's from the leaked pipe.
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me if it was urine though.
Unbeknownst to me, Kerri had ran off to another room.
There's a calendar on the wall from 1996. Wow.
Bedroom number 2. Judging by the bags and bags of rubbish, clearly someone had tried to tidy this room up.
Look at that creepy statue on top of the bookshelf.
BMW grill.
Unfortunately for us, they hadn't really completed the job. Bedroom number 3.
I've got no words.
Yet more bags and bags of rubbish. That was perhaps a little too much for Kerri.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Need a break?
Mm-hmm. What's in there?
Store closet.
Okay.
Time then to make a hasty retreat and get Kerri's first impressions.
Oh, definitely tetanus.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
You don't look happy.
No, I've been known to be dramatic, but I'm not being dramatic right now. This is horrific. This is bigger than any video that I've seen from inside of this house. You cannot even understand the scale of what's in there.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Wow.
And with Kerri at an unusual loss for words, it seemed like the ideal time to show her around downstairs, which is much, much worse. So that's what we did. Downstairs. But much like getting into the front door, it wasn't quite that simple getting downstairs.
It's swollen so much you can't move the door.
Remembering my previous experience, I knew these stairs were a death trap.
stripping wallpaper already, babe?
Yeah. Oh no. I think it's safe to say it's seen better days.
Had all this fallen off last time?
Not to that extent.
No.
Shitty now. Fucking battery on the stairs.
Ironically, this was the same step where I nearly broke my ankle last time.
Some campers.
Look at the shaggy rug on the carpet. On the stairs. Shaggy carpet on the stairs.
The downstairs hallway.
It's a good job I've got small feet. Why does it look like the walls are furry?
Hey, put your hand here, just touch the furry wall. Stay with me. Be calm, just stroke the furry wall. With the furry wall.
Barely able to see the floor, moving around downstairs became more and more difficult.
There's bags and bags and bags of disinfectant. There's thousands of them. Do you think, like, the shower was broken?
Perhaps. Maybe she was just trying to stay alive and succeeded.
The utility room.
That's wet too.
We knew a water pipe had burst upstairs over 3 years ago.
Ceiling is leaking up there.
But despite the water being turned off, we didn't realise there was still a leak. In the 15 months since last viewing the house, that small drip had turned into 2 inches of water. Utility room number 2? With mould growing out of the ceiling and the oddest assortment of items scattered across the floor, we weren't quite sure what had happened in this room, or what it was used for, or why there were 2 utility rooms. What appeared to be a structural crack running through the ceiling was also a nice addition. But hey, free axe. Who doesn't love a free axe? The downstairs bathroom.
Wanna look at your downstairs bathroom?
Could it be worse than upstairs?
Oh my god.
Yes. Yes, it could.
The toilet's not even attached.
With plethora of mouldy cans scattered across the floor, a toilet that's not attached to the wall, and an unidentifiable substance in the bottom of the shower tray, this quickly became our least favourite room. The downstairs kitchen.
Oh my god.
This was the mouldiest room so far, and we could only hope that that saucepan was empty. At this point, it had become abundantly clear why this house smelled so rancid. Bedroom number 4.
How does this even happen?
We'll come back to that question in a later episode.
Oh, a key. Can't believe this is the room I kept the door down in.
Now this was the mouldiest room so far. Black mould, dry rot, even penicillium. Thankfully, the only thing we didn't see was actual mushrooms. With that door locked for possibly 20 years or more, the windows shut, the blinds closed, and water damage, this was the perfect breeding ground. The good news is that the downstairs of the house is made out of concrete, with the upstairs made out of wood. So theoretically, everything in here can be cleaned and made safe again.
As Kerri ventured on, what she didn't realise was I've saved the best till last.
Bedroom number 5?
I think I need to bleach my eyeballs.
Old food wrappers, tins, egg cartons, milk cartons, cat food, chocolate wrappers, wine bottles. everything was in here, and there wasn't a single inch of carpet that we could clearly see. The glass in the back door was smashed by the fire brigade several years earlier, who broke into the house to turn the water off. The lady who lived here previously had already been moved to a care home, where the neighbours spotted water coming out of the front door.
Oh, Corky. Looks like a master key.
Yeah?
The downstairs living room. For over 15 months I've been pondering what to do with this room, which in my mind was the worst room in the house, and how to break it to Kerri. Unfortunately for the previous owner, she'd resorted to living down here alone, with no power, no heating, and was clearly very unwell. We could only hope there wasn't a dead body buried under this mound in the middle of the room.
Pretty. One she didn't use?
Evidently, I didn't need to worry about how to break it to Kerri. At this point, she was potentially delirious. Maybe I should have checked her mask again.
What's that say?
Whilst we didn't think anyone had dared to enter the house in recent years, with more than one sign like this, it was clear the previous owner was either paranoid or things were going missing. With all the cupboards open and documents spread across the table, it was beginning to make sense.
Yeah, cupboards have been ransacked, haven't they?
Yeah, I think so. Veal gluck.
I think we'll need it.
I don't know what I've stood on, but you don't look too happy about it. Because all the colours are the same, you can't actually tell.
Lunch.
Think I'll pass. Handy?
Ah, that's quite new.
To Hawaii.
Being down here brought up a strange mixture of disgust and heartbreak that anyone could live like this.
I think I've seen enough.
Yeah.
I think it's time to make a plan.
Make the jaunt outside. I think we'll tackle downstairs last.
That felt like the longest 20 minutes of my life.
With our tour over, we figured it was time to go and take 3 showers and reflect on our poor life choices.
Where do we begin?
Well, not entirely sure.
So, after assessing yesterday in my grand tour, we need to make a plan, don't we? That's the next thing.
Yeah, especially as it's worse than I remembered, and it's certainly gotten worse with the water in the cellar and the kitchen. And obviously more mouldy in 12 more months, or 15 more months since we viewed it.
Yeah.
Weirdly, gardening is the first thing we need to do, or one of the first things.
Not all of it, because that might take us a while, but bits. We do need to do important bits, don't we?
Yes. As it turns out, there is quite a large garden just behind this bush off camera, and we can't get to that garden because of this. Just brambles and thorns, and wherever this yellow bush is, ultimately it's all overgrown, but there's a good 9 metres between the house and the boundary line, and this bush is easily 3 metres tall and 9 metres wide.
Which is just supposed to be a small shrub. This is a blossom tree underneath all of this, and in the spring it has the most beautiful blossoms ever, and I'm so excited because I've seen it blossom over the last 2 years and I just can't wait.
And I'm so excited to cut it down.
No, it is not being cut down.
It blossoms for about 1 day a year, and then causes so much mess.
I don't care. You're not cutting it down, it is beautiful. If it's in front of the living room window, yes, I will let you cut something down, but no, please save it for me.
Yeah, we'll see. Speaking of living room window, so we have purposely not drawn up the floor plan over the past year because we had tried to buy a house previously, which ended up not going through at the last minute. So we didn't want to get our hopes up too much with this one, especially because of how long it took. But we roughly know the layout, and we had said that on this back wall here, that if that becomes the living room, and there's currently 2 rooms in there, we'd put a big panoramic window across there because the sun comes up from over there, hits this wall. So this is east facing?
Yeah.
We'll get the morning sun, and then as it moves around, it'll go onto the rest of the house. I say we need to do some gardening, because even trying to get a wheelbarrow out of this patio window behind me, which is the downstairs living room, effectively we're thinking to get the skip at the bottom of the bottom garages that are underneath the garden, and then wheelbarrow straight out of here, basically off the garage roof and into the skip. But we can't do that with
this landscape situation, or lack of landscaping.
And what's more is, now behind the camera, there's also about 20 foot of garden that way, but you can't actually get to it because of this 2 ginormous trees.
It is unbelievable. I don't think I've ever seen a tree in somebody's garden this big, honestly. It is ginormous.
So this tree here, which goes all the way up there, obviously because it's a tree, there's this main tree here, and then if we walk around this way, there's also this tree back here, which is on the edge of the road. That's also quite large, but not as large as this one, or not as tall as this one. Both of them need to come down, and then we will have quite a large garden.
It's really interesting seeing nature has taken over. Even like it's encased the cars, and there's vines in the wheels.
And succulents growing on the bonnet.
Yeah.
I mean, the vines are growing up the side of the house, they're growing into the house, up on the balcony there, they're everywhere. Through the brickwork, through the garages. It's been taken back over, which is a shame. We told some of the people in the village last night that we'd finally got the house and been inside. And as it turns out, this was the place to be back 40 years ago, and we think the house was built in the 60s. It was the envy of the village. It was and is a big house on a corner plot with no direct neighbours. It's at the corner of the village, it's quiet, it's got nice views, and it's just been left to rot.
Yeah. And it's a shame, like, I think everybody's really excited for us from what we can gather, because they want to see the house being lived in again, and they want somebody to love the house.
And stop it smelling.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're really excited for us to do it. They've accepted us into the area over the last 5 years. It's nice that it will be good.
Yeah, for sure it is. Everyone knows us, even if we don't talk to certain people, just through having not met them. We are the English couple that live down the road. Everyone's been rooting for us to finally get the house, which we now have. Unfortunately, may have slightly underestimated the amount of work involved.
Yeah, slightly. I was incredibly surprised yesterday. The videos that I'd seen from last January, you can't get everything on camera. And especially because you went in blind last year, you didn't have the right lights and stuff like that. I think you were overwhelmed at the sight of it last year. So now me seeing it in person, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we were probably in there for an hour or hour and a half last year, and it was freezing cold. Yeah. We obviously had masks on and stuff, and we had to kick one of the doors down, thinking this is the office, this is where all the gold bullion is, and it was just a bedroom with an ironing board in it and the horrible mould. So not ideal. Sleeping on it for a year, and you kind of forget just how bad it is. And now we're here thinking, what have we done? Yeah,
but I'm really excited. I thought I'd go to bed last night and have nightmares of it. I'm not exaggerating. We joked about it last night, and I didn't. I went to bed and I thought about like the future, genuinely how it can be ours. It is ours, but how it can be our home.
That's nice. I thought about that garage and how empty it is. Which was disappointing.
I did think about that too.
And Kerri's just spotted the badges on the wall of the car that was in there, that is no longer in there. But hey ho. A friend of ours spoke to a company today about a skip, or many skips. And in Germany, it's quite strict about what you can put in skips, and you have to separate it out, otherwise it costs you a fortune. But thankfully, we found a place that will allow us to do a mixed skip. So effectively just chuck everything in it except for oils, paint cans and the likes, and electric appliances, which is actually not too bad.
Yeah, pleasantly
in
surprised
fact,
at that.
Yeah, really quite cheap, €250 per tonne. And if you said there was 4 tonnes of crap in here, then it's £1,000, which, given we were quoted €40,000 to empty the house, that's significantly better. But obviously we're doing it ourselves. And it was only emptying it out, it wasn't cleaning it and making it livable, it was just getting rid of the crap.
You've got a big job.
Yeah.
We're not short of bins, wheelie bins that is.
They are all tiny though.
They are all little, but it is only a one family home, and it's only the multiple family homes that get the bigger bins here.
And on that point, it's actually a 2-family home. That's why there's 2
Well,
kitchens,
yeah.
2 bathrooms, 2 living rooms, 3 doorbells.
An intercom system.
Yeah. Gardening tools are ordered. Wheelbarrows will order today. Rubber bags, we've got 150 so far, so we'll go start filling them up. The skip we will order Monday. And there's nothing really to it but to do it and go and start bagging it up and throwing it away.
Yeah. Take you along for the ride.
We'll bag it up, put it into one room for now, and then obviously chuck it in the skip when it gets here.
Good idea. Good plan, Batman. Does that make me Robin?
Something like that.
About as useful.
Always wearing your pants on the outside. And the reason we haven't got any work done is because Kerri's photographing the plants.
Leave me alone. They're gorgeous.
Oh, a dandelion.
Must be the last one of the season.
So what do we think's in this one? Action. We have been shopping.
Key for the Volkswagen.
Good luck. Have fun.
We're tired.
Out with the drill then.
Another key, gold bracelet, and a gold ring.
They won't shut the water off. I got some tools.
Like a diamond.
For the jewelers.
Washing machines are fine, but with girl gun.
And we're doing them right.
And then you stand in the middle. Let's unbox them. I can't hear a thing. I can't register the house in on a... Huh? And it's not. That's about it.
Press that button in the middle.
Would recommend buying it. I don't know. That was a pretty crap review. We are very tired. Fuck's sake. In for a penny, in for a pound.
No way.
Fuck off.
21 years. Sit down.
Sit down, Scheißkopf.
Holidays are coming.
Oh.
Oh, you kidding. Full of water.
There better be something in here worth the effort.
Who knew bin bags were so expensive?
Yeah, put it back. Alright. Only one way to find out.
I'm not doing any work today and leaving it to Kerri, and my dad's back from England. Why is it going that way, Dad? More energy, more passion.
Wow.
I don't want to know what that is. Ranted. If I were you, I'd probably not be here for this. What is that? I'm not looking forward to this bit.
We've decided.
We are 8 weeks in. We're selling the house. Yay!
Hi guys!
Dad's touting for sponsorship. Yeah, that's all I've got. I am drenched.
Can of corned beef.
Fucking hell, what was that?
Hi guys! We're in. Leave us a comment if you think we're crazy or not.
1894.
There's another bathroom.
It's a lot. Oh my god!
Oh, fucking hell.
If there's nothing in here now. I had kind of forgotten about that. And because we're in Germany, we need to
Sell the house.
go and follow us on Instagram at don'thalfarsit.
We found the cat.
It's like a fucking hyena.
Only a little bit scared.
That scared the crap out of me. Have a professional take care of them. Hit like, click subscribe.
Oh, there's ants everywhere.
Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
To make all that worth it. Stay safe and be lucky. And to pay back my 23 drill bits. That's all for today's episode.